I was wondering, because the generation is probably more vulnerable for disinformation as well, and we're going to talk about disinformation just now. I want to introduce you to Mr. Andrea Gerli, news editor and head of digital information unit in RAI TG1, Italy. Hello. That's the big one, misinformation.
Thank you.
You're going to talk about it, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So how about I bring some fear and pessimism to this audience, but I promise I will end up with some optimism. I took this brilliant animation from the New Yorker because they said that this could be the third mass extinction event we are facing now, the media. The first was the digital age, social networks, of course, and now AI. So what can we do? Especially because the AI can undermine trust in the media and also in democracies. And now this year is particularly special. 2024, half of the world population is going to vote. So this could be a really important year, a cutting-edge year. You may have heard of what happened during the New Hampshire primaries when a fake audio, a fake robocall has been spread in the state with the voice of President Biden inviting Democrats not to vote. Let's hear it.
You save your vote for the November election. Voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans in their quest to elect Donald Trump again.
So this is a fake voice. Everybody know President Biden's voice, and we can tell whether it is President's voice or it is not. And this was, of course, a deepfake and a robocall. And imagine in the future, the robocall, when you answer your phone and you have the president on the line, and maybe in the future, he could also answer our questions. And we're not that far, but now, with only 15-second sample, you can generate a voice. You can clone a voice. And if you're not familiar with the speaker, you will be fooled very easily. Let's hear with the first reference audio.
Also make sure we stay hydrated, which means there is enough water in our body for it to properly function.
So this is the first sample, the original sample. This is the OpenAI's new model, one of the many models we have. Let's hear the generated one.
Force is a push or pull that can make an object move, stop, or change direction. Imagine you're riding a bike down a hill. First, the push you give off the ground is the force that gets you going.
So I think none of us could really tell the difference between the first, second, and the third.
Some of the most amazing habitats on Earth are found in the rainforest. A rainforest is a place with a lot of precipitation, and it has many kinds of animals, trees, and other plants. Tropical rainforests are usually not too far from the equator and are warm all year.
They generated a pretty credible deepfake of audio, but the risks are not really limited to audio, as we can see. For example, the US intelligence discovered that in 2020, Iranian and Chinese operatives used deepfakes to alter and to influence the electoral process. And now they are trying to figure out, for example, how to respond, whether a fake video, a deepfake video of a US senator destroying the ballots would spread all over the internet. And we can need a low-quality video to spread this information. So it's a really important challenge for them. This is Lady Gaga, you all recognize it, and for our show, Monica Maggioni's show on Rai 3 in Mezz'ora, we created these deepfakes, and it was pretty easy. We used HeyGen, we used other software to lip sync, so there is something that may sound not familiar, but it is also credible.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you so much for inviting me. I always watch your show. I followed your episode from Jerusalem with great attention. It was great. I'm working on a new album, which will be called in honor of your show, in half an hour. It will also contain music generated by artificial intelligence, as I myself am in this very moment. A big kiss to you all.
So we used this to create this deepfake, HeyGen, but now HeyGen is enacting more and more limits to prevent use from creating deepfakes of famous people. If we tried to do this 1 week later, we could not do that because they enacted more and more limits. So we tried to bypass those limits, like with this one.
Good morning, everybody. I have an announcement to make. I'm dropping out of the 2024 presidential race, and I'm thinking of going on vacation with, guess who? With Donald Trump. Although he has also attacked me so far with lies and fake news spread on social media, I think he is a nice person at heart. We both plan to do a lot of sports. Of course, he doesn't agree, but he will come anyway.
So, Mihai, of course, it's impossible. It's incredible. So the first thing that tells you this is a deepfake is the context, okay, and the content. But lip syncing was quite poor. And if we are aware of that, we can spot these deepfakes. For example, we tried here to mix a real phrase said by Michelle Obama with a fake video and a fake phrase.
What's going to happen in this next election? I'm terrified about what could possibly happen because our leaders matter. Who we select, who speaks for us, who holds that bully pulpit, it affects us in ways sometimes I think people take for granted.
So this phrase is real, the video is fake, and the voice is real. And the second one?
Monica, I'm announcing it here now to your show. I have decided to run for the US presidential election in November.
So it would be really a perfect strategy to make disinformation, no? Mixing a real message and a fake one. But now, you know, artificial intelligence is going to let us, as we saw before with Charlie, Sora model by OpenAI, but also others. So I will show you these videos, and you can, by raising your hands, tell me if it is real or not for you. So let's try with this one. There is no audio, and it is in high definition, 60 frames per second. So is it a fake or a real one? A fake one, raise your hand. Okay, a real one? It is fake, generated with Google View. Let's try with this one.
Fake one.
She says fake one. What do you think? Fake one, raise your hands. Okay, and real one, raise your hands. It is fake, generated as well with Google View, which is a new model. They are competing, OpenAI and Google, of course. This one seems really fake, right? Raise your hands, fake or real? Fake? Real? It is fake as well. I'm making fun of you, I'm sorry, but... And this, for lost fans, this could also be real or fake. This is fake. And what about this? Is this fake? Raise your hands. And real? Raise your hands. It is real. It is real. And this one? Fake, raise your hands. Real, raise your hands. Fake, generated with Google as well. It's really impressive, right? And even last one, I promise. I won't bother you with this again. But this, real, raise your hands. Fake. This is fake. And the last one, I tell you, this is real, of course. But that was better. So
he's suggesting it came out of nowhere. What we subsequently learned is it may have come from the former president or his legal team acting in bad faith. This is a deepfake example of what is possible with powerful computer and editing. It took around 72 hours to create this example from scratch using extremely powerful GPU. It could be improved with more computing time, but 90% of people cannot tell the difference.
Okay, that's right. We cannot tell the difference. And it was made 1 year ago. So it is an old deepfake. Now things are going to change, and they're going to fool us, because this is the new reach for agent models or others. For example, the UGC content style deepfake, because you can guess a video is fake when the audio is not perfect, there are glitches, maybe lip sync is poor, there is a background noise, or there is no background noise at all.
Future. You can use HeyGen to create UGC-style content, even while people are in motion or moving their hands. You can even hear the background noise. Create a training video with specific tones and gestures, and you'll find how natural HeyGen's videos can be. Let me switch to Spanish. Hoy queremos darle un vistazo al futuro. Puede utilizar HeyGen para crear contenido estilo UGC, incluso cuando las personas están en movimiento o moviendo las manos. Incluso puedes escuchar el ruido de fondo. Crea un vídeo de formación con tonos y gestos específicos y descubrirás lo naturales que pueden ser los vídeos de HeyGen. Try it out today and let us know what you think.
Okay, the point is that this power is all in their hands. And the boundaries of what they can do or not is all in their hands. And governments are still lagging behind with laws to try to prevent this. Who decides? Is it HeyGen enough equipped to tell whether you could clone or not video, appearance, and voice of a famous person? And what if they decided to interfere themselves in an electoral process, for example? So the European Union is going to enact the AI Act in the next months, but it's the first example in the world. So this is a very important part of what we are dealing with now. And what about images? This is a picture. This is Alibaba's model. And only with that picture on the left and the prompt and music, look at this.
Like a play date, but a vacate retreat like a vacate mayday. This beat is cray cray Ray J, H-A, laughing all the way to the bank. I spray flames that cannot tame or placate the monster. You get in my way, I'ma feed you to the monster. Normal during the day, but I
Yes, one. And in this manner. He was to imagine me his love, his mistress. And I set him every day to woo me. At which time would I, being but a moonish youth, grieve, be effeminate, changeable, longing and liking, proud, fantastical, apace, shallow.
So really mind-blowing, right? If you only with a picture and a prompt and music or a voice, you can do whatever you want. So models are growing, are becoming more and more efficient. And so what can we do? We saw before the watermarking that BBC is going to use, so we can watermark products, contents we certify, or try to detect deepfakes. These are the two main approaches. The first approach of detection, for example, there are detectors. This is my generated cat reading a newspaper, as you can see. I created it, and I can upload on a general detector, but it has to guess what model has been used to create it. So the problem is that it's not that certain. If I embed a watermark in that, a detector of that watermark or that key can easily spot the key. So there is less margin of error. But it's not perfect. So we can try to spot deepfake texts, checking sources, searching for context, which is the most important part, and use detection tools. For example, we know that, thanks to futurism, that Sports Illustrated used generated articles generated by generated journalists with generated pictures and generated bios. And they used them. It's been a big scandal. Or, of course, even books. Now Google Books is indexing AI-written books. If you look for, as of my last knowledge update, the phrase used by Common GPT, you will spot it in a lot of books there. So this is another problem. It's a distortion also on the editorial market as well. So we can try to use a detector, as I told you before, paste the text there, and it will guess the model used to generate that text. But it can be overridden because there is another website telling you, I can humanize your text. So you can bypass that. So how can we do? What about images? We can check the metadata in the file, of course, taken with this picture, this time, this location. Also search for that image on Google or use detection tools. OpenAI, for example, which is participating in the C2PA coalition, release the detection tool there, and you can upload the image, and it tells you it is generated by OpenAI. The problem is, as we will see later, that that label is removable. What about audio and video? You have to check metadata, look for anomalies, as I told you before, glitches, poor lip syncing, low quality frames, and you can use, of course, detection tools. So there is this approach, the watermarking. The other approach, the traditional watermark, we know that on pictures. We put our label there, which is easily removable with AI now or with normal editing software. But AI watermarking should be different. So in generated content, no, it's not mine. It's not generated content, sorry. Okay, we will get back there. Okay, we are here. I will go further. So now, maybe my presentation crashes the program. I'm sorry for that. Maybe say yes, or yes. Yeah, so the problem, I was saying that the watermarking is planned to be embedded in content. And the point is that, okay, we have a watermark image with embedded watermark, which is recognizable by the software of the watermark. But the point is, for example, a watermarked image, that's why I'm not that optimistic about that. The watermarked image can be cropped, can be screenshotted, and the watermark, the label, is taken out. No, it's my presentation, sorry, which is, can we go and see? Okay, I will try. No, okay, it works now. So AI watermarking, the encryption is inside the image, and you cannot see that. It's invisible, but detectable. In video, audio, text is quite different. For example, Google is working on this. On the left, watermarked image. On the right, non-watermarked. It's invisible to us, just like in audio. First part, original. No, we don't have audio? Okay, anyway, it was a jazz song. And the frequencies were the watermark. So high frequencies, which are not hearable by us, by humans, are the watermark. But also with audio, you can resample the audio, you can record it other ways, and so the watermark is somehow broken. C2PA, you have the label there, you click on it, and you simply see the story, as Charlie showed us before, of where this photo comes from, how it has been edited, and anything about it. But the point is that that watermark is easily, in the end, removable. But of course, the audience can be instructed to look for watermarks. So trust will be crucial, because the audience will start looking for watermark contents only and start to look for trusted sources only. So AI watermarking is, of course, authorship, authenticity. But as I told you before, the researchers are testing watermarks, broke all of them until now. So we have no silver bullet against deepfakes, no single solution. So it is a constant race between detectors, watermarks, and LLMs that will stay always on top of that. And of course, this is a poorly generated image generated by me. You can see that. And I've put Ferrari on top for that. But so we have deepfakes, deep risks, disinformation, misinformation, also frauds, data theft, cyber attacks, and also the possibility of create fake humans, because fake personalities can, in the future, answer to you. They will have knowledge, they will have memory. It's not so, let's say, movie style. So this is a quotation from Yuval Noah Harari. It is possible for the first time in history to create fake people, billions of fake people. If this is allowed to happen, it will do to society what fake money threatens to do to the financial system. So we have this comparison between money and deepfakes and contents. So trust will be crucial he proposes 20-year jail sentences for whoever creates deepfakes of persons. And so what will happen if a non-human intelligence becomes better than the average human in telling stories, composing melodies, drawing images, writing laws and scriptures? So it could be really a threat to democracy, and that's why we have to be prepared for that. So the optimistic part, eventually deepfakes will match reality because we will have better and better models to create videos, create images. So to spot deepfakes, we will rely on knowledge, context, and content, of course, which is not a bad news for us, because who is going to be trusted more? Who is the most authentic, reliable? And you have to be in constant formation, innovations, to let the audience be aware of what they're seeing. And sorry, this is my fault. And the last one, I see the... So, trust means good news for the media. If anything can be faked, trusted sources will be more important than ever. And the only antidotes against those deepfakes will be content and context, because the technical parts will be less and less important. So it will be a competition for truth and not for clicks, and that's the optimistic part, that public service media will have a special role. So instead of falling in love like her for a fake person, we may fall in love with the media. Thank you. There you go.
Thank you so much. That was fascinating. Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you.